guys, Kenny B here, cities and suburbs. Welcome aboard. Thank you to my good friend John E. over at Torn Sage Studios for the bumper music. Really appreciate it. Thanks, John. Hope you guys are doing well. June 21st. Boy, oh boy, the summer's taken away, isn't it? My gosh. So much going on this weekend, you guys, the 21st here, and love that you guys are here with me, and you are the reason why I do the show. I just like to keep people informed about a lot of the things, particularly in Worcester, that are going on. And there's always a lot going on, whether it's Worcester or nationally. We had the President Joe Biden drop out. Well, drop out is kind of a weird term, but stepped down from his run for the 2024 presidential White House bid. He has heavily endorsed Kamala Harris, which is, of course, I mean, that's what you're going to do, right? So we'll see where that goes. But let me just say, the president and your issues, maybe two different things. And I really wanted to speak really just for a couple of minutes, if I can. You know, here locally in Worcester, you know, Worcester is, it's really becoming the haves and have-nots. It really is. I mean, there's 83 units that opened over on Green Street last week, and there's 750 applications for those 83 apartments. Affordable, and affordable too. Affordable housing, to me, used to mean maybe low income, you have a subsidy. Now affordable housing is, hey, if you make 30, 40 grand a year, can you afford a one-bedroom apartment in Worcester? If you're paying 30% over 30% of your income into just rent, then you're in that poverty line, man, and that's where Worcester is. That being said, you know, we have Stop and Shop closing 34 locations throughout the New England, New York, Connecticut area, underperforming stores, not remodeled stores, and what the decision for these closings are. You can go online, and I'm going to share a couple of links that you guys can follow, because it's from Connecticut, it's, you know, New York, particularly here in Massachusetts, and particularly here locally in Worcester. The location at the Lincoln Plaza is doomed. It's going to be closed. And also the location in Shrewsbury along Route 9 is also going to be closed. And so, you know, if you look at that, I look at the store is totally remodeling itself and rebranding itself. I wanted to read to you this. Bert, a longtime retail consultant of and owner of Strategic Resource Group, said many Stop and Shop's problems were self-inflicted. The brand closed fresh meat and seafood counters in some stores, for example, which cut down the amount of customers that spend time in the stores. Okay, so you go to a store for specific things, but you also have a variety of things that they entice you to buy. Stop and Shop is also getting squeezed by rivals like Walmart, Costco, and discount chains like Aldi, which I believe is a subsidiary of Trader Joe's, and Lidl. I don't know who those folks are. And they say wherever there's a Target, wherever there's a BJ's, wherever there is a Costco being built, a Stop and Shop is in jeopardy. Now, that's not the case for the Lincoln Plaza, and I think two things. Lincoln Plaza is closing because it is an underperforming store, and the Route 9 location of Stop and Shop closing, I believe, because they're getting squeezed by Whole Foods down the street. Now, Shrewsbury, most of Shrewsbury, which is a town now of about 80-something thousand people, have discretionary money. They can spend their money wherever they want. They want quality. So along Route 9, it's a very terrible route to travel for anything. So maybe it's just the location. And then they just built the Hannaford, Market Basket over at the Edgemere, the old Edgemere Drive-In. And, you know, so maybe it's just easier. And I know people that will drive an extra 10 minutes to go to a market basket. They're clean, they're fresh, they're affordable, and except for their produce from time to time, but that's, it's, you know, but they have the abundance of what you are looking for all in one place, generally located in a plaza. And so the District 1, Jenny Piccolo, has an order requesting the city to stop the closing of the Stop and Shop at Lincoln Plaza. Not going to happen. The city can enter some negotiations with that company, which is a Dutch old company, by the way. Stop and Shop actually started in 1914 in Somerville, Massachusetts, but now the Dutch own it, so you guys get it. So they closing 34 stores. And what's going to happen is that now at Lincoln Plaza, where are people going to shop? Aldi's is across the street. They're now, and Target. So Target sells food, but they don't sell food like, I mean, you can't find anything in the Target at Lincoln Plaza as far as, there's no specialty items. There's some fresh produce and things like that, but it's not a grocery store, guys. It's an everything store. In fact, I don't even think that Target should be selling food at all. It's just, you walk into that store and it's just like out of touch. But I think they're just trying different things, you know. And the Dick's Sporting Goods is closed at the plaza, so that's a thing too. And despite all these closings, you guys, what's happening is it's a disinvestment of major supermarkets since the 60s and 70s, and people leaving the cities for the exurbs, not just the suburbs, but the exurbs are actually more rural, and that's where most of the money is. And there's plenty of parking, there's plenty of farmland to bulldoze over and build a freestanding grocery store, you know. And despite the news back in, and this is from March 2024, that the Family Dollar will be closing 1,000 stores. Dollar stores are spreading across the country at a staggering rate. Since 2011, the number of dollar stores nationwide has climbed from 20,000 to 30,000, meaning now there are more stores, dollar stores, than Walmart and McDonald's combined. Can you believe that? You know, there's actually more Subways compared to McDonald's too, because, you know, you don't have to own the land, you just rent it, right? And what they're calling is creating food deserts. Okay, so if you think about Pleasant Street in Worcester, there's a dollar store there. Where do those folks go to get fresh fruit and fresh produce? So this is really a public health concern. People's access to fresh food, an abundance of it. And it says, you know, there are a variety of reasons why supermarkets, in this case Stop and Shop Lincoln Plaza, Great Brook Valley, Lincoln Village across the street, there are a variety of reasons why stores are closing. So, but one of the most significant by far is the way in which big name supermarkets, Stop and Shop in this case, have largely abandoned or avoided many low-income neighborhoods over the last half-century, leaving a gigantic vacuum for dollar stores, and specifically in urban communities of color. It's a fact, guys. You can see it. Supermarkets left mixed-income central city neighborhoods after civil disturbances in the 60s and the 70s. And supermarkets have widely abandoned inner cities for the suburban or exurban locations, okay? Exurb is not a suburb, but it's an exurb, a little bit further, very rural, probably, you know, the distance between homes is you know, a lot, but it's where the money is. So it says, you know, also economic demographics also influence a company's, you know, desire to either close or open, you know. In 2016 now, and I'll leave you with this, Whole Foods, very, $22 a pound for salmon, sockeye dough. Anyway, Whole Foods opened the doors in 2016 to its first and only location in Englewood, Illinois. Now that's one of Chicago's poorest suburbs. And the CEO of the company said, boy, it was one of the most meaningful things we've ever done as a company. You know, that was Walter Robb, as one of the most meaningful things we've done as a company, while the city's mayor at the time, Rahm Emanuel, remember him with the Obama administration, said that opening the store would result in opening doors to new future for the Englewood community. Store generated a lot of buzz at first. In the majority, it's a black community, black neighborhood, of where 72% of the households, okay, are at risk of food insecurity, meaning they can't afford it, they don't know where the next meal is. That sucks, you guys. It closed 5 years later. So a lot of times the supermarkets go in, they make an attempt. So Councilor Piccolo, you can make an attempt to keep Stop and Shop there or whatever, but in the end, it is what it is. And what's happening is that you know, everything that people can afford, as far as good quality food, is not found in an urban area any longer. Now I look at Lincoln Street now, I'm thinking, wow, where are people going to go actually get food? You know, if you did a survey of the Lincoln Street area in that particular, you know, the block from 290 down to, say, Great Brook Valley, and did a survey of how many people actually drove, it's probably limited. It may come in 50-50, but you know, many people that shop at that plaza are on a fixed income. They walk there, they take a taxi there, they have a disability. Now they have no access to food. So what are you really, they're gonna go shop for food at a dollar store or at Aldi's? No, Aldi's it is what it is, but it's not Stop and Shop, you know. As far as that store goes, I'm in there a number of times. Seems to be pretty well run, I guess, but they think it's a dated store, it's an underperforming store. Why they're closing it, it could be theft, okay? CVS on Lincoln Street left many years ago, not too far from where I work, because it was had the highest theft rate of any CVS, you know, in Massachusetts, seriously. And that will influence the decision of a company to, you know, we can't do business in here anymore, regardless of, you know, the hole we're going to create that someone else is going to have to come in and fill, or maybe not. Now you just have a bunch of abandoned buildings. But I can't operate as a company if I'm losing money. I'm here to, if I'm a company, I want to make money. I have to pay my employees. I have to treat them well. I have to make money to help them make money. But it could be a number of things. It could be renting, owning. But when you look at the poorer sections in Massachusetts, it's generally theft, high rate of theft, and people not shopping there because of that. That also creates, like, I'm not going into that store. I don't like that store. I don't feel safe in that store, whatever it would be. Lincoln Plaza, it's a middle class, I would say a lower middle class neighborhood, if you will. And where a lot of people don't have access to good, you know, food. They did, but now Stop and Shop is closing the deal, you guys. And anyway, right below, let me know what you guys think. And let's close out with my good buddy John. I had so much prepared on this, but I'm just talking to you from the heart, man. It's really hard because, you know, food, if you have money, you really don't think too much about where your next meal is coming from. But if you don't have money, you're going to think about where your next meal is coming from. All right, you guys, take care, and we will see you the next time. Thanks for checking out the video. Like and subscribe. Take care.